bringing it back to what the holidays is really about.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you said, having family to love, food on your table, a roof over your head.
Or friends or soul family, whatever
Yes.
whoever you can spend it with.
Welcome to the Multiple Truths podcast. We're your hosts, Holly
And Brittany. This is a space where we can come together healing in community, where we share our self-love journeys, insights, and wisdom.
a space with no hierarchy or judgment, fostering love, compassion, and respect, and where we honor our differences. With open minds and hearts, everyone's truth is welcome here. We are in this together. Let's dive into the episode.
Merry Christmas! Oh my gosh, I love that it's Christmas today. Woo!
Such a magical time of year.
We got the green and red going on.
Yes, if you're watching.
Yeah, if you're watching, I got my little snowman festive little earrings on.
So cute. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I know it's Hanukkah for some people.
Kwanzaa, I think.
Kwanzaa. I'm not sure what the other ones really. I think those are the main ones. If we're missing any, let us know. But yeah, we both celebrate Christmas. So that's just what we're used to. But,
Yeah. Well, happy holidays, regardless of, you know, what it is that you celebrate. And if you don't celebrate, that's absolutely okay. You're welcome here. Yeah, we're going to...
It just so happened that our episodes come out every Wednesday.
Yeah.
So it happens to be Christmas Day for people that celebrate Christmas. So we're like, we need to do a cute festive one while we're together.
And then next week is New Year's. It comes out on New Year's as well. So we're going to have a little New Year special as well.
Yeah, I love it. All the festive ones.
Yeah, I really do, you know, love this time of year, but I know that the holidays can be a really difficult time for a lot of people. So we're going to talk about it today, maybe the light, the dark, the, you know, the beautiful, because it is beautiful, but I totally understand how it can be a hard time for a lot of people as well. And just, you know, so I feel like the focus sometimes around the holidays is a little skewed with all of the consumption and, you know, that sort of a thing. So, you know, for me, I just love the heart of Christmas. I love just getting together with family, just enjoying being with those that you love. That's really, really what I love about it, and just the cozy vibes, you know.
I love the cozy vibes. In Ohio, I'm from Ohio and now I live in California, but normally, actually, it's very rare that it snows on Christmas, but I love when it snows and like the fire, just the weather outside, the energy of it all. Like there's just excitement in the air, all the holiday movies,
The
just
holiday
like
movies,
cozy,
and the
hot
music.
chocolate, all of, and like the fun treats. Just like
Yes.
we used to always make sugar cookies growing up, like homemade sugar cookies, and it was just like we're always making some sort of dessert or something together, just something really like fun and cozy in the kitchen with my family. Like those are just beautiful moments that I remember.
I love like the traditions, like me and my family. Oh, I got a little...
There you go. Yeah.
Thank you. Me and my family, and I know other families do this too, but me and my family have a few traditions, one of them being Christmas Eve. We always unwrap matching pajamas. So we go to bed in pajamas and wake up Christmas morning in the matching pajamas, and we wake up slowly on Christmas morning. We wake up, we make breakfast, we make like waffles, a nice slow morning, and we don't get to presents until like later because we have our like Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. So we like sleep in, do a nice brunch, have some mimosas now that me and my siblings are all older. Yeah. And then we will slowly unwrap the gifts, and then we do stockings at the very end.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I love that. I think we do stockings at the very end too.
Oh really?
Yeah, we typically, like, my parents are divorced, so always on Christmas Eve we spend the time with my dad, and he always has so many appetizers. Like it's such a his place is so nice and cozy too. So like we hang out, have a bunch of appetizers. We used to always go to midnight mass. That's what we did on Christmas Eve. Midnight mass. So we would like typically we would go over to my aunt's place and hang out with all of our cousins and family, and then from there go to midnight mass. Recently, with all of the kids that have been born, like my nieces and nephew, now we just go to my dad's, all hang out, have appetizers. Some of us go to midnight mass, some of us don't, but I always spend the night at my dad's, then go over to my mom's in the morning, and then like spend the day at my mom's. And sometimes we see her family. We used to always spend the night at my aunt's place in Dayton.
Oh, interesting.
And our whole family would go. We would have game night night, so many like midnight snacks, game night. Like it was so fun when we were kids, but now it's like we have our own families now, so it's like really just spending time together. But it is always, it's like such a beautiful time of year to just get together with family.
Yeah.
And like really those cozy vibes, just those
moments.
Memories. Yeah, like growing up. And like I just remember growing up like always leaving like cookies and carrots out for the reindeer and just like looking so forward to Christmas. It's just like, yeah, it's just like a beautiful time of year.
Yeah, same with the carrots for like a Rudolph.
Yes.
We'd wake up every morning to like a mess, just shards of carrots everywhere, and my dad would be like, "Whoa, Rudolph is a messy eater."
Oh my God. It's so cute though. Think about like just like for kids, like being a parent, like that's like so healing even for your inner child to just like get to pretend with your kids, you know?
Elf on the Shelf is coming to mind. That's like a new thing. I didn't really have that growing up, but I know that's like a thing now that is fun in the household. I feel like I don't know, like I feel like some people maybe take it too far. Like I've seen videos of these. It's like you don't want to traumatize your kid with like Elf on the Shelf. It's
like, a little scary.
It's a little scary.
Just like in all these, just magically going to
like
all
watching.
these different parts of the house. Yeah. Oh my gosh, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Do you have one?
Oh my God, I love I just like there's so many that I love. I always loved the Santa Claus movies growing up.
Oh, with Tim Allen?
Yes.
I
really
love
love those.
Yeah.
That's like the first one that's coming to mind.
Yes.
Like there's the first one that's coming to mind, but there's so many that I just love all of them. Oh, I love the Polar Express.
Oh, I love that one
love the
too.
Polar Express.
I really love that one too, the animation one.
What about you?
Elf.
Okay, I was gonna say Elf.
All-time favorite. My mom loves Elf. Like, what is his name?
Yeah.
Will Ferrell in that.
Yeah.
That's just like iconic. That is just such a good movie.
I do like Elf
it's
too.
So funny and just lighthearted. That came out a bit later. I feel like Santa Claus and Polar Express were the ones when we were growing up. What is it like?
Just like him burping at the table. Ah, did you hear that?
It's like literally me and Brittany and I though. Like we burp so much when we're together. It's just I don't know what goes on. But
I always say like I'm a burpy girl. I
am too. It's just in our nature.
Releasing the energy.
Yes.
Letting it releasing. Yeah. Looking to connect with like-minded community on your journey of self-growth, self-love, and spiritual discovery? Join the Beehive, a supportive community hosted by Holly and I, designed to help you on your personal transformation and healing journey, and to help you tap into your innate wisdom with live monthly Q&A sessions, exclusive content, and a like-minded community. The Beehive is the perfect space to grow and step into your most authentic self. For more information and to sign up, check the link in the show notes.
But yeah, it's like filled with like family time basically is all that I really think about when I think of Christmas, which again can be really hard for people, especially if you've lost family members in your life that you loved. It can bring up a lot of grief and pain and a lot of stress and anxiety being around family, especially if you have tumultuous relationships with your family. A lot of questions about what's your life looking like, where's your girlfriend, where's your boyfriend, like, you know, the direction of your life, just a lot of like uncomfortable conversations with family that also can come up at this time of year. And it can be really hard for a lot of people. And struggling with your relationship with food like I did growing up, I would get so anxious for family gatherings because there would be so much food and I would just get anxious about what was I going to eat, like, you know, am I going to be able to stop eating, am I, you know, it's just like so much fear and anxiety that can come with the holidays. So I also want to acknowledge that too. So if you're struggling right now, know that you're not alone. That's totally normal as well. This is like there's so much pressure.
There's so much pressure. And even like getting together with like family, like just getting together with family can be triggering for so many people, like having to see family that maybe you haven't seen in a while, and like Holly said, bringing up all of these things, all of these questions. And I know like I truly love the holidays, but I know it can be really easy to kind of lose sight of the true meaning of the holidays, and people just get wrapped up in, you know, there's just like with the consumerism, right? Like buy this, buy that, the fancy flat, you know, and it's
especially
like,
especially if you're struggling with money, this can be a really stressful time of year to if you're a mom or, you know, providing for trying to get presents for your kids and make it fun, or like if you are trying to buy for your family members but you're struggling financially, like there's just such this push to buy and like make like get expensive presents. But I actually feel like I've been really getting into like homemade gifts and baskets. Like the thoughtful gifts.
Exactly. I just was saying that to her. Like my birthday was yesterday. We're filming this ahead of time. We celebrated yesterday. And I was just like, Holly gave me a little gift, which I didn't expect, but was so beautiful. It was so thoughtful. Like all the gifts I got this year, you know, just so thoughtful. And I genuinely just appreciate a thoughtful gift. Yeah. There's something I was talking to my sister's boyfriend about. He brought this to me, Joel. I forget exactly what he said, but it's something like, in order for something to truly be a gift, it has to be something that you genuinely want to give, not just going out and buying something because, oh, it's Christmas, I have to buy something for someone. The energy behind that is, there's a tainted energy behind it if you're doing it just because you have to do it. But if it's something thoughtful, it's something that comes to you and it's something that you want to do, that's a true gift right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Yeah. Changing the energy around it. Also, something that is coming to mind that is so special is like, you don't even necessarily have to give anyone anything. Gifting your time, like really being present with the people around you, that is a gift, because so many of us are with people but we're not there. So actually, like, just being present with the people in your life can be such a gift. And like cooking together, like I know someone in my family like just makes cookies for everyone, and that's the gift, like coming over and dropping them off. And like, it's just cute, you know, all of these different kind of cookies. It doesn't have to be anything like fancy or expensive. I think we can get really caught up in like the money of like needing to buy and like all the sales that are going on, and it just can be so stressful and so much pressure. But like getting back to the basics of just spending time, genuine time with the people that you love. And also what's coming to mind is gifting your time. Like I know for me, growing up, we would make hearts out of candy canes and make little like reindeers. And we would take them to the nursing home and pass them around and do like songs, like Christmas songs. And it's like giving back, like going to a nursing home, or what are they called, the soup kitchens, and like giving food to those that are less fortunate, like giving back your time too to the people that are less fortunate, or like
those less fortunate,
don't have people to spend the holidays with. Like we kind of like make it so much about
ourselves, and it's just, not blaming anyone. It's easy to get like wrapped into that. It's easy to get pulled into that, especially when, like you have kids and you want to make sure that your kid doesn't feel like they're the one that, Santa didn't get me that for Christmas. Like why am I not that special, know? And it could be really easy to really get caught up in that. And, I just feel like the true meaning of the holidays, rerooting in that, which is about love, family, spending your time with those who you care about, giving to the less fortunate, like you said. And, what I like to do in the holidays is just try to refocus, recenter, because it could be so busy for people. Oh, I have to have people over. I need to do this. I need to make a big dinner. I need to do this.
So much traveling.
Yeah. And people like don't enjoy the holidays. It's more stressful than anything. And really it should be a time to enjoy.
Yeah. And I think too, it's like, like rewiring what the holidays are actually about, because it has become so
commercialized.
It's just become very stressful. Like, especially if you have a lot of family to see, it's like maybe even setting boundaries with family of like, we're going to spend this holiday here, and then next year we'll spend with your, like if you're married or have, multiple families, like trying to split your time so it's not so stressful, or scattering it so you don't maybe all have to do something on Christmas Day, but like throughout, to make it less stressful so it's actually enjoyable, and you can like be present with the people in your life, and it be like a good time.
Because there's so much, I think there's so much like expectation around the holidays from everybody, not on purpose, but just so much expectation. And I feel like there's a quote, it's like, expectation is the killer of happiness, something like that.
Something that I've been saying recently is no expectations, no deprivations. Like that's a saying for a reason, because I think like we get let down time and time and time again, because we constantly have these set expectations of what things should look like, and oftentimes they never match up to it. So it's like that let down. So it's like no expectations, taking things as they come, letting things just be a pleasant surprise if it's a good time, because it's like thinking things need to be special and a good time, and like putting so much pressure on and needing
all this weight.
Well, you know what's coming to mind too is I feel like there's a lot of perfectionism that comes out around the holidays of like having family over and like things needing to look perfect.
Yeah, like
and
the food and needing like the top, all of the food needing to be cooked perfectly. All of the host, everything, even on like the settings of the plates. You know, like down to the decorations, this, that, and it just is a lot.
It's like not the point.
It's not the point.
It's about the family getting together. I remember like I remember it being kind of stressful sometimes, like when we would host or like my aunt hosted a lot, and I just think there's so much pressure on the host to like make sure that everything looks perfect and is perfect. And it's like you know what I want to do for Christmas?
What?
Which is kind of what you guys do. I just want to like be in my PJs all day.
That's what we do. It's the best thing ever. My mom loves it because, so a little backstory.
And play games.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Okay.
Years ago, I have 3 siblings. So there's 4 kids in the family. I'm the oldest. The youngest is 10 years younger than me. So I was the first to like start dating. And when I had my first serious boyfriend, you know, it was the question of, where are we going to spend Christmas? Blah, 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 blah. So my mom, she was happy to have Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve instead, because she's like, it doesn't matter to me, like we just want to have a family dinner, whether we do it Christmas Day or Christmas Eve doesn't matter. So that way I was able to spend Christmas dinner at my boyfriend's place, and then we had our family dinner like at our place too. So he was also able to be with the family, and so we had Christmas dinner on Christmas Eve. And then my mom loves it because she's like, it takes the pressure off. She's like, I get to kick my feet up on Christmas. We eat leftovers for dinner. We watch movies as a family in our pajamas all day. We play games. It's like really nice.
Yeah, I love that. I'm just thinking like we definitely did that growing up. I'm just thinking now, because like I have my dad and then my mom and then Eric's family, my husband's family, and it's like I want to just like have the day at home in PJs with the people that I love, just like playing games, watching movies, not everyone just feeling comfortable. But then it's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too, because there's so many people that we need to see and be with. So it's like we have to be going to places. But I think that's where the stress comes in, because like there's so many family to see. But it's like maybe like spreading it out.
I'm thinking that too, like spreading it out throughout like December if you can. I mean, I know that's like can be difficult too, depending on like your circumstance and all of that. It's not a one size shoe fits all. But like anything you can do to kind of alleviate some of that stress. It's like at the end of the day, you don't have to live up to anybody else's expectations, because I feel like you might have expectations. People have expectations of you, especially when it comes to family, especially when it comes to split family. You know, it's like all of this expectation, but having those conversations like, look, like I love you. I want to spend time with you. I want to make sure I'm present. I don't want to be stressed out while I'm here. So it's going to look like this for me this year, you know, and whatever that might be. Maybe it's like visiting family at a different time, or you know, a little earlier, or splitting Christmas to New Year's, you know,
Yeah, I feel that.
We're interrupting this episode to share something close to our hearts, our virtual healing circles. We have been loving them so much and meeting so many of you incredible people through them. Brittany and I are passionate about bringing people together to support one another and heal in community. We felt alone on our paths for so long, and coming together in community has been instrumental to our growth, and we've both seen the importance in it. We aren't meant to do this alone. In unity and vulnerability, we find strength, courage, and support each other on our paths back to ourselves. Our monthly virtual seminars blend discussions, workshops, and practices to nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Whether seeking guidance, healing, or a listening ear, our gatherings offer a safe, inclusive space for people to connect, heal, and grow. Join us on this journey of healing in community. Together we can heal, grow, and thrive. Register for the next circle using the link in the show notes. We hope to see you there.
I'm really curious to see what, obviously this is Christmas Day, so I'm going to know what I'm doing, but I live in California, so I'm going to have to go back to Ohio. So I'm curious, like, I feel like that almost is stressing me out, thinking about like all the people that we have to see when we're back in a short period of time. So if you aren't local to like where your family is and you have to travel back home for the holidays, like something that I know that really supports me is like making sure I start my mornings like super grounded, like taking care of myself regardless, because it can be just so stressful, like thinking of all the things that you have to do, all the people that you have to see, all the conversations that you're going to have. all the food that's going to be there,
Yeah.
like, you know, and something that, really, I would really encourage if you feel really stressed and anxious during this time is like really taking the time to ground yourself in the morning, regardless of what you're doing. It's like really taking that time. If you meditate, journal, like stretch, drink some water, like just really like ground yourself in the morning, like by yourself. Like, you know, I'm huge into morning routines, and I know you are too. It's like really like trying to like keep that morning routine going during this holiday season so you can stay grounded during this time is really really powerful.
And another thing that's coming to mind as you're talking is just really, I mean, taking care of yourself, but I was going to say taking care of yourself. I know it's really easy to get caught up in, and I, you know, I'm not telling you not to enjoy yourself. It's the holidays. Like, absolutely enjoy yourself. You should enjoy yourself without feeling guilty. I know for me, I've struggled with body image, eating disorders, and for whatever reason though, it's like the holidays I use as this excuse to overindulge, and it just would leave me feeling like complete shit, you know, and then I'd feel guilty. And you shouldn't feel guilty about enjoying yourself, but not using the holidays as an excuse to not take care of yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes, it's like continuing on like it's any other time. Like you are going to be surrounded by more food, and like allowing yourself to enjoy it and be present, but like genuinely enjoying it and being present, not just being like, oh, this is my excuse to like go ham and I'm just going to do all of this, and then in the new year I'm going to start back on my goals. It's like that it can become a really toxic cycle. So it's just like that's where it's like, being very present, keeping your routines in place, like getting in movement, especially if you're spending time with family, like go outside for walks, like take those times to like really like just do like things together outside. It's not like necessarily needing to go work out hardcore, but like getting in that gentle movement, doing like yoga classes together, like just getting outside and walking, and like balance with food. Like you're going to be surrounded by, there's so many treats and desserts, and something that I just became like, I wasn't depriving myself of anything. Like I've gotten to this place where it's not restriction, but it's mindful eating. It's just being incredibly mindful and enjoying the food, but not overindulging. You know, it's like that delicate balance. And if you do find yourself overeating and like getting stressed out, something that I always recommend to my clients too is that, because this is a really stressful time for people, it's like, and I deal with a lot of women that struggle with binge eating. It's like, okay, let me take a pause. Let me like go to a separate room and just really like sit and do some deep breathing and check in. Just excuse myself from the dinner table or wherever, go into a separate room. If it's your home, go to your room, whatever it may be, or step outside and just taking some deep breaths and just check in of like, okay, what's coming up for me right now? Because oftentimes when we're overeating during the holidays too, it's like maybe you feel really uncomfortable with your family. Maybe there's uncomfortable conversations, you're getting triggered, and this food is here, and it's like it's just really taking that sacred pause to check in with, hey, let's check in, what's coming up. We're safe, we're good. Doing some deep belly breathing to like really like get your body back to feeling safe, coming back to your center, and really just grounding yourself in the here and now, and just being like, okay, I'm safe. Maybe we've overeaten, but that's okay. We're going to give ourselves grace. And then just coaching yourself, loving yourself through that time, not being hard on yourself.
Something that's coming to mind, and it's so simple, but like, go and have a glass of water. I don't know why that's coming to mind, but I feel like with alcohol too, it's like a lot of people will overindulge with alcohol during the holidays. And again, definitely enjoy yourself. But sometimes it's like going to take a breath, stay hydrated, go and drink a glass of water. I don't know why that's coming to mind.
No, definitely. And like just like calming yourself down and just like, hydrating yourself. Oftentimes it's like getting so caught up in like the food, we often become dehydrated too. So it's just getting water. And even if you are really struggling, like talking to someone in your family that you can be vulnerable with, or just like saying, hey, I'm gonna go outside and get some fresh air for a walk, and just going for a walk by yourself, or like after dinner maybe like, hey, does anyone want to go for a walk with me? Like just like encouraging some like gentle movement to like ground your energy back in.
And like encouraging chill time, like let's watch a movie, or you know, because it's often the hustle bustle, this it's encouraging, maybe let's play a family game, let's watch a movie or go for a walk. You know,
something else that's really simple to shift the mindset which I encourage to do in the morning before, like really setting an intention for the day too, because like oftentimes it can feel really stressful, but like starting your morning off really grounded with an intention and also with so much gratitude, because oftentimes we get so stuck in the negative of, oh my God, I'm eating so much. Oh my God, I feel so uncomfortable. Like getting like, or, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. I have so many family members to see. It's like coming to the heart and be like, I am so grateful that I have food to eat. I am so grateful I have people to spend the holiday with. I am so grateful to have money to spend on gifts to provide for my family. Like, I'm so glad I have time to spend. It's like when we get so caught up in the negative, it's hard to tap into that gratitude. But that's where that sacred pause is really powerful. And then tapping back into that gratitude. It can shift your mood in an instant.
Yeah, it really can. It really can. And especially during the holidays, that gratitude and bringing it back to what the holidays is really about. You know, like you said, having family to love, food on your table, a roof over your head,
or friends or soul family, whatever whoever you can spend it with.
Absolutely. And just even if it's pets, you know, your fur friends, and just being grateful for those, because I feel like the holidays is really a time to, I mean, we should be grateful all year around, but I feel like a part of the meaning of the holidays is really to show gratitude for that. You know.
And something too, this is really coming to mind, is because I remember like now that I'm like very much on the healing path of like my relationship with food, I would get so anxious about the food. Now I go in with the intention of like, I'm like so excited to really connect with the people that are there. And I focus more on the conversations I'm having rather than the amount of food that's there and like what I'm eating. It's like, I'm really focused on, let me like really get to know my cousin and see what she's going through, or really get to be present with my nieces and my nephew and spend time with them, or like really get to chat with my brother and my sister and my dad and my mom and like spend that time. It's like, I think we can, like, because I know it was all consuming. The food was all consuming, and I needed to really start to shift my focus.
Because also like life is busy. You don't, it's like yes, you have to go see your family, but in day to day you don't get to see your family all the time, depending on your situation. So I love that. It's really, I'm grateful to have the opportunity to spend the time, even though like it might be difficult centering back in, but really focusing on really getting to know each other on a deeper level. It's such a beautiful opportunity for that. And it can be so clouded because of the hustle bustle of the holidays.
And if you're seeing yourself getting triggered too, it's like there's a message in there for you too. I think so often it's like we do get really triggered within families sometimes, and it's like really getting curious about what that's trying to show you in that moment as well, and just trying to like come back to the present moment, you know, and accepting people for where they're at, especially if you're on like, you know, the healing self-love journey, like really meeting your family and or your friends or the people in your life, meeting them where they're at. If they're not exactly where like you are at or at the same mindset, it's like meeting people where they're at and centering back into yourself and coming back to the heart space,
love and compassion,
and understanding, and
I also can't believe it's like this is the last episode of 2024.
Oh my god. It's crazy.
Literally,
I can't believe 2025. It's so wild.
Whoa.
To me.
Whoa.
It's so wild.
Crazy.
It's something the last thing I really want to say is like, if you overeat today, be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself, and you do not need to punish yourself at the gym tomorrow, the next day, the next day. It's like, you don't need to punish yourself for overeating. You don't need to over exercise to burn off the food that you eat today. Like,
and give yourself permission to enjoy yourself today. You know, like I think it's normal to overeat a little bit on the holidays.
Absolutely.
You know, it's one thing to enjoy yourself, and it's another thing to overindulge. Like Holly said, if you do that, have compassion, have grace. You do not need to make it up tomorrow. I know I used to be that way, or starve myself the next day,
eat less,
or just not eat all day because I'm like, oh, it's dinner tonight. It's Christmas dinner. I'm going to not eat so that I can stuff my face later.
Ooh, Oh my
you know?
gosh, that's also like something that really comes up around Thanksgiving. But I think so you're more likely going to binge at dinner. I did the same thing too, and it's like you anytime there's under eating or underfeeding in any way, it'll always lead to overeating.
Yeah.
So that mentality of, oh, I know I'm going to have a big dinner tonight, so let me not eat for the full day. It's like you will overeat at night because you're going to be at the point of like so hungry.
Yeah.
So it's better to just eat
Yes.
throughout the day.
Yes.
But that
Balance.
I was the same way.
Same. I used to do that too, which is why it's like coming to mind.
Yeah.
It's like, give yourself the permission to enjoy with no guilt. Don't starve yourself. It's the holidays. You're meant to enjoy. So yeah.
And if you're grieving right now, or if you're spending the holidays alone, you are never alone. And I just want to send you so much love, so much gratitude. You're not alone. Your past loved ones, your spirit guides, your guardian angels are with you. They love you. We're sending you so much love. Like, you are never alone. So even if you feel that way, just know that you're not. And we see you. And
because it can the
really
holidays can be
hard.
really hard for that as well.
Yeah,
So
it's just this like the light and dark
it's
with
hard.
everything.
Yeah,
It can
it's
be
like
really tough.
just this pressure and
But we hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful celebration, whatever you decide to get into,
whether it's Christmas or whatever else you celebrate.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, we love you.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next year.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Woo. Yes. Have a beautiful day. We'll talk to you next Wednesday.
Bye.
As we wrap up today's episode, we want to extend our deepest gratitude for joining us on this journey. Your support does not go unnoticed. If you enjoyed this episode and find value in our conversations, please take a moment to leave a review. Your feedback not only helps us grow, but also allows us to reach more people who can benefit from our community of healing and support. Every review, every rating makes a difference. Thank you for being a part of the Multiple Truths podcast family. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Multiple Truths podcast. Keep speaking your truth and spreading your light. We love you, and we'll talk to you next Wednesday.